This fucking episode is -5 stars. God, this
maybe
episode
10.
sucks.
Yeah, no, this episode, I'm going to be honest with you right now. Season 1 Apple Bloom, pretty cringe, honestly. I wouldn't say garbage, but pretty cringe. I want it now. What you're going to get is a sock stuffed in your little muzzle because, oh my goodness, cállate tu pinche caballo.
Well, considering she's growing up,
that's Spanish for shut up, you effing horse.
I just want to be like, hey, cállate pequeño punta.
Oh my god. I mean, okay, the intent is an A, but the execution, my boy, you moved up
I
to a
know,
C.
I know. I don't have an accent like you. I'm sorry, but anyway,
I got no accent. I got a Californian accent. What's a Californian accent? You just have to live here, bro.
yep.
Okay,
So
the
real quick though,
yeah.
you were talking about how she could be stuffed with a sock. I'm just saying, considering that she's growing up with a stereotypical farm family, she's gonna get a good old fashioned ass whooping, is what she's gonna get.
I'm telling you this right now. When you said stuff a sock, I don't know why I thought you were gonna make a sweet apple massacre reference.
Oh my gosh.
Who remembers that? Everyone always talks about, Luna Game and cupcakes. Oh, I remember the other ones. There was Cheerilee's Garden.
Do you remember what was that? Silent Ponyville?
Oh yeah, dude. There's oh man,
Old
I don't know
school
why.
fan fiction.
Old school grimdark, because oh my god, this fandom is twisted. So the episode starts out, and I'm going to tell you this right now. This episode is pretty much almost every other Apple Bloom episode. The setup, it goes in 3 parts. Part A, B, and C. A is the setup, B is the conflict, C is the resolution. A is, I was going to say it's either this or that, but realistically, it's some form of dilemma caused by her being treated as she's a little kid and wants to be seen as an adult pony or a grown-up or whatever. B is when she gets more when she bargained for, and C is when her and Applejack learn a lesson along the way.
All I'm gonna say though,
that's been every Apple Bloom episode for the last 7 years.
But I'll say this: even though these episodes are cringe, look at Spike. He doesn't have these kinds of episodes, except for maybe Dragon Quest. And even though we love the little guy, most of his episodes are shit.
I mean, Spike at Your Service was pretty bad, so yeah, no, you're right.
But considering, think about it. Both of them are kids. One deals with one aspect of childhood more than the other, but yet both of their episodes are shit in their own weird way.
Yeah, if we're going to compare Spike and Apple Bloom, Spike has just as many responsibilities as Apple Bloom, but they're different types of responsibilities. Apple Bloom has to help take care of a farm, go to school, and worry about her grandma. Spike has to deal with a nervous OCD anxiety attack prone Twilight. Now I wouldn't say he's like Starlight Glimmer's mentor, but there's kind of a sibling thing there. He's in direct contact with Princess Celestia because he writes all the stuff to her. He's an ambassador towards the Crystal Empire. He's the sole reason.
And to the dragons.
Yeah, and he's the sole reason why the changelings and the ponies are homies again. So Spike's awesome, but man, technically, Spike could be in a. Someone used to write a fanfic of this, because I remember years ago we had the Lunar Republic, we had the Solar Empire. Someone needs to write, and every once in a while there'd be a Discord one. Someone needs to write a fic where Spike uses his position of power with the dragons and the changelings to try to do a coup d'état and usurp the control of Celestia from the sisters, and reign and stuff, because that could be plausible. Because I mean, yeah, granted, he turned the Changeling Empire into Tumblr, but the dragons are still pretty fierce, so that'd be cool.
I'm just reminded of the feelings for him. Sometimes I feel like a blue changeling. Sometimes I feel like a purple changeling. But here I am, a green one. Did they just explain gender fluidity in Friendship is Magic? Excuse me while I go bang my head against the wall.
I can tell you this from having a close friend, who's gender fluid. It's not exactly like that, of course. But if you were going to explain to it in very broad strokes, yeah, that's kind of what it is. But yeah, no, this episode. So it starts off, like I said, Apple Bloom's like, granted, unlike other episodes, this one is mostly Cutie Mark based. But
Mhm.
she wants her Cutie Mark, and the other setup is that Diamond Tiara is going to have a party, and she invited Apple Bloom just to be an a-hole, and she's
Which, by
like,
the way, you were talking about the party. Let me just say this. It's called a quinceanera. That is very reminiscent of the Jewish coming of age party that they have. Hashtag
that's the
Jewish
that's
Equestria.
the no, that's the Mexican one. Ours is quinceañera.
Oh, okay.
It's called it's
Hashtag
okay.
Mexican Equestria.
Okay, so the way it works is the quinceañera is when the girl turns 15, and it's their it's their ascent in the womanhood. And you may be thinking, ascent in the womanhood, she's only 15. And let me tell you, it's reasons like that why all of my brothers have more than 2 kids.
Oh,
I'm
joy.
kidding. I'm kidding. They were all out of high school. So yeah, so she's like, "Hey, Apple Bloom, where's your cutie mark?" Lol. And Apple Bloom is like, um, Apple Bloom.exe has logged out of the game, and she's like, "Dude," and to summarize, she's like, "Applejack, I want my cutie mark." I want cutie mark. You'll get your cutie mark when you're ready. Okay, how often are we gonna have this exact same conversation? For the next 4 or 5 years. Gotcha. So then she's like, so then she goes into the woods to try to get help from Zakora because of reasons, and Zakora's like, "Oh yeah, here's a thing that can help you." I think no, she
But
swipes it from Zakora.
you
I think.
missed.
Oh, I don't care. Look,
No, I'm
look.
talking about you missed the Doctor Who thing where he has an American accent.
Oh yeah. Well, you see, in
Bought
in
some
a, in
apples.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, America took over the Time Lords, and I don't know. No, you didn't know America was the first Time Lord,
No.
like the country America. So
Please stop
the sen-
talking about Italia, okay?
damn it, that was what I was referencing actually. Okay, so Apple Bloom drinks this stuff, and then she's like, Applejack, Applejack, I got my cutie mark. And I can't remember what it is. It was it the juggling
Uh,
thing?
this is a different
Or was
episode
it
from
tap
season
dancing?
2 you're talking about.
No, call the cutie. This is when Apple
No,
Bloom.
no, this is when we first learn about cutie marks, and she's going everywhere trying to figure out how to get her cutie mark when she
Right.
just realizes she just has to wait for a while. What you're talking about is cutie pox.
Do you see how well these Apple Blooms transition into each other?
Yes.
I seriously thought those were the same episode.
Isn't that crazy?
See, because okay, before this call started, I was talking to John because he was like, "Oh my god, this episode sucks. Can we all agree?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, this is the one where they find out that Rainbow Dash is the reason everyone has their cutie marks, right?" He's like, "No, that's a different one." I'm like, "Okay, this is the one where she gets all the cutie marks, right?" And it's like, "No, no, she doesn't. That isn't it." So what happens in this episode?
Basically, she's going around trying to figure this out because she's invited to the quinceanera. She wants to have a cutie mark before that point so she doesn't get like laughed at by Diamond Tiara, who's still let's just face it, a bitch at this point. Um
Yeah.
and she's just a little bitch, let's just say that. Um but she's trying everything. She goes to Pinkie Pie to try and make some cupcakes and
That's where it's from. And here's a cup of flour added to the mix. Something about salt, something. There's just a pitch. It was something vanilla, something up your fill of cupcakes. Tasty, tasty cupcakes. Yummies.
yeah,
Cupcakes, cupcakes. Yeah, move on.
yeah. So that happens. She goes to Rainbow Dash at one point, and she actually tries to do a bunch of things with her. Like, of course, because of Rainbow Dash, it's like rapid fire. So I'm thinking, oh, they made a Matrix reference there because she tries to go into a Chinese like dojo, and I should say a Japanese dojo, and she tries to do karate or whatever. And I'm thinking, I know kung fu. Show me.
Oh yeah.
Then she tries to go hang gliding and juggling and all that shit.
This is the episode where this is one of the episodes where a lot of the memes started to come from.
Exactly. That was really the only good part about this episode was its meme culture that spawned from it.
There were so many memes from this episode that it's honestly probably the best remembered part of the episode, and I can't even remember what happens in the episode. So she figures out that nothing works, and then she's at the party, and she's like, "I'm gonna face Diamond Tiara," and then she's like, "Lol, nope." So she ducks under a table, and then we find two unimportant garbage characters that we'll never see again. And sorry, I turned into IGN talking about Kingdom Hearts for a second. Those a-holes should stop talking about Kingdom Hearts because they're not know how to talk about Roxas is. I'm not gonna get on this tangent. So she's like, "Oh my god, y'all don't have your cutie marks," and School's like, "Yeah." I'm just gonna whenever I impersonate School from now on. You ever seen Jackass? I'm gonna talk like Evo. She's like, "Yeah, dude. Like it's completely like natural." and it's and Sweetie Belle's like, "Yeah, it's really cool. By the way, which one of us do you think everyone's gonna think is the lesbian?" And then they're all like, "All of us. Let's be best friends." No, I'm sorry. Let me rewind.
Universe Crusaders, lesbian lovers, yay!
Sweetie Belle then asks them, "Okay, which one of us do you think is going to be shipped with Spike?" "All of us." Cutie Mark Spike. What's that word? Ensemble? No, harem. Okay, Cutie Mark Spike harem. Yay! And then Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo are like, "Hey, Diamond Tiara, Silver Spoon, what are your cutie marks for?" And then they're like, "Oh my god, we've got completely superfluous and superficial, useless cutie marks. What is our lives?" And then they proceed to go kill themselves. And then the Cutie Mark Crusaders are like, "Guys, how often do you think we're gonna have to learn the same lesson over and over?" About 5 or 6 years. Awesome. My Little Pony. You can't tell me my summary is wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the episode aside from really a Metal Gear reference.
I just realized something about season 1. Tell me what you think. All the bad stuff in that season happens at parties. In season 1, season 1, Luna comes back. In this episode, this happens. And Griffin Brushoff, the climax is at a party. Party of One's all about that. And the season ends with the Grand Galloping Gala and everyone literally wrecking Canterlot Palace. I'm just saying. Yep. Parties are not a place of fun and merriment.
No, My Little Pony friendship is destroying shit at parties.
Hashtag God burns down Canterlot for the insurance money. But then he finds out that there was a triple back loan taken out on the property, so Celestia takes him to court for financial infringement.
That was honestly that is still the best YouTube poop that has ever come out of this fandom, I swear.
I'm still all about Sweetie Bot made punch for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, America!
She's that girl.
Hashtag when two best friends were good. Okay, so yeah, that was this episode. I don't care what John rates it because I don't care what I rate it because I just don't care.
This is a boring as shit episode. Such a throwaway.
I always forget. What did we rate Three's a Crowd again? What did I rate it?
I think you rated it like a 4.
Yeah, okay, this is a 5.
I would agree. This is a 5 as well. This is not a fun episode at all. It's a chore to sit through every time we go for a marathon.
I honestly wonder why people have such nostalgia goggles for season one. Like I rewatched some of these episodes, and there's some good bits, and there's some bits that are better than I remember. And some people think that I'm just sitting on the show's dick a lot, but honestly, I think the show, in some aspects, has only gotten better. And I look back at season one, and I'm like, I realize it's the most Lauren Faust, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's because it's the most Lauren Faust. I've always been 50-50 with her writing style. She comes
Yeah.
up with unique character. She comes up with unique characters, but can she write them consistently? Mm,
Although she did write a majority of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and that was good for the most part.
for the most part, yeah, that's true. It's another thing. It's another thing to write something completely as you want it, whereas you have a team of writers, but you also have to kind of direct them with what to do. I think as she was phased out of the show, the writers were able to flex their writing muscles a little bit and like take some risks and start having their own little things for the characters, which I think benefited the show. No disrespect to Lauren Faust at all. I can't stress that. I love the lady, but at the same time,
Hmm. She's the kind of person that, a lot of the creative decisions came through with season one, and I was fine with it. There's some really good stuff in season one, even for the infancy of the show, but it's definitely a pretty weak season in terms of quality.
what's the next episode?
The next episode, oh, it's Fall Weather Friends.
Oh God, the Apple Dash birth. Okay, well we'll talk about that then, and then I'm gonna have literal PTSD, post traumatic shipping disorder, because oh my God, you have no idea. I had some blood. I had some bloody keyboard knuckles over the shipping wars in this fandom.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of this one. On to the next one for next week. So that's it from me, John.
Gonna be next week. I mean, yeah. That snakeskin. Me, I'm snakeskin.
Yep. And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.